Hi there, Darren here with another Whitespark Weekly video. Today I want to talk to you about the importance of having lots of photos on your Google listing, and I want to give you some specific tricks and tips on how you can actually get more photos on your listing. Okay, let's start with the benefits of having lots of photos on your listing. First of all, listings with lots of photos are going to just generally look better in the search results, and they're going to drive more conversions. More people are going to engage with your listing. They've got more content to consume on your listing, more likely for them to pick up the phone and call you, especially if they can see that you have photos of the thing that they're looking for, so whether that's a service or product. Second, in Google's own help docs, they specifically say that businesses with photos are more likely to receive requests for driving directions to their location, as well as clicks through to their website, than businesses that don't have products. This actually used to say specific stats, and you can see that. They used to say that businesses that have photos receive 42% more requests for directions and 35% more clicks through to their website. I assume that they just were tired of having to update these numbers, and the data maybe was a little bit old, but you can actually see a ton of articles on the internet citing these specific numbers about photos, because these words used to be in this exact document that Google's linking to here. So photos just generally will drive more conversions, and Google is specifically saying that. Third, sometimes Google will swap out the photos in the results to match the query intent. Mike Blumenthal did a really cool post about this back in 2019. So Google Local shows photos to match the user query and what it means to you. And so basically, he discovered that whatever the search term was, Google will try to match it. And so with photos that match the term. And so, for example, if in this search here, the search was engagement rings, Williamsville, NY, and Google decided to show a picture of an engagement ring on the listing instead of their default photo, which is this one here. And so Google will match the photo shown to the query. And so that's extremely valuable. So you want to have photos of all your different products and services, whatever it is, that can match the query, so that Google be like, oh, you're looking for this? Here it is. And then the user would be like,
that's what I'm looking for.
And then you just click right on it. So you're going to get more conversions. It'll definitely have a positive impact if you can upload photos that match what people are looking for. And fourth, this is really cool. Google actually can understand what is inside your photos in terms of what are the objects that are in the photo, in terms of the text that's in the photo. And I'd love to show you that. There's this thing called Google Vision AI. And so Google Vision AI has this great little thing. You can just drop a photo in and you can see how it looks. And so here's an example here. I dropped a photo, this one here, of appliances into Vision AI, and look at what it found. It found a washing machine, a refrigerator, furniture, which I guess I think that is, and a coffee maker. So this little espresso machine up there. So it actually was able to identify the specific things in this photo. Labels, these are all sort of like what can it extract from this photo? What are the entities within this photo? And it's really amazing to see how Google AI extracts this entity content from the photos, and text as well. There's not really any text in this photo, so there's not much to show. But some photos do have text. Like, for example, this is a lawyer in Phoenix. Their cover photo, their main photo, is basically this picture with a logo and a cityscape in the background, but there are in particular words on here. And when you load this up into Vision AI, Google's able to extract the specific keywords from it. It can see that the words personal injury lawyers are in here, law group injury lawyers are in there. So it is pulling these terms right out of the image. And so it's very interesting to think about. If you look at the local search ranking factors, one of the questions I asked were, what are some things that don't impact rankings? And a lot of this stuff is like keywords in the Google description, keywords in services, keywords in products, keywords in Google Posts. You can put keywords in these areas and they actually don't have any impact on ranking. And I'm not saying that keywords in the images have an impact on ranking, but it seems more likely that Google would use that content out of the images to associate those terms with your business entity at Google. And so it could be a way that you could add more relevancy for the terms that you're targeting through images and through this Google Vision AI. And this Phillips Law Group image is one example of how, maybe they're strengthening their ability to rank for personal injury lawyers by actually having that text in some of their images. All right, so now that you know the value of having more images on your listing, let's give you some suggestions for how you can get some more. And the first place to start is to upload your own images. Most businesses, they set up their listing 5 years ago, they added 5 images and they called it a day. Sometimes they only added 1 image, just their logo. So that's a big mistake. Or even worse, they added stock photos. Don't do that. So you definitely don't want to do that. There are so many images in your business that you could upload. Google actually gives you a pretty good guide for all of that. If you look at any listing, there's all these categories across the top. You can upload 360 images, any videos, you can upload videos, photos of the interior of the business, photos of the exterior of the business, like these ones here, photos of products, photos of your team, your logo, that kind of stuff. And so they have these base categories for you to upload into. And so that's an obvious place to start. So fill out these categories, upload those types of images for your business. You definitely want to get those. But how do you take it a bit further? One way to get creative about it is to kind of think of every customer as a photo opportunity. So you can think about that on every job. So if you're a plumber, you can look at plumbing jobs. Let me show you an example here. Every job that they do, they're going out and they're taking a picture and they're uploading it. So these are different jobs that they've done. So these are great photos. If someone's looking for a specific thing and Google Vision AI was able to identify that, then that actually might make your listing more relevant for it. So in this case, it's like shower head replacement. Now there's a photo of that on this listing. That's an example here. Let's say you were a real estate agent. Real estate agents can upload photos of the houses that they're selling. They can upload photos of happy customers in front of their house with their keys. Yeah, just sold or whatever it is. Same thing with auto dealers, happy customers in front of their cars. That's a fantastic one. I love that one. Lawyers, less photo opportunities, I understand, for lawyers than other groups, but there's some smart ways you can do it. You've got photos of your office, photos of your signage. If you've done any media work, so like photos of, you on doing television work, the lawyers doing television stuff, or any publications you've been featured in, that's the kind of stuff that you could feature. You in court, those kinds of things, the lawyers in court. Another one that I've seen lawyers do, which is kind of a smart way, is just they take testimonials of their customers, put it into a nice image, and then they upload that into their photos too, which also reinforces, that this is a good company to work with, and you can see it in testimonials. They got the reviews, but now you have someone browsing photos and you're actually getting your testimonials in there. I think that is a smart tactic as well. Accountants are a bit tougher. So if you're an accountant, what kind of photos you're going to upload. I actually could not find an accountant with decent photos. And so that tells me it's a pretty good opportunity for accountants and probably many other business types as well to upload photos. And if you go with the concept that every customer is a photo opportunity, you could have pictures of people with their tax returns being like happy, big novelty checks. I don't know. But anything you can do to get some photos up on your listing, I think is very helpful for both conversions, potentially for rankings in terms of more engagement, and potentially for relevancy signals as Google is extracting information from these photos. Another big tip for a lot of businesses is they are already pumping photos into Instagram and Facebook. All of those could be excellent photos on your Google listing as well. So if you're already doing photos in those areas, then get them up onto Google as well. A quick tip, don't waste any time geotagging your photos. You may have heard this tip before, that geotagging your photos, putting keywords into the metadata, that'll have an impact. I did a video on that recently, some myth busting. So if that is a waste of time. Don't spend any time geotagging your photos. Now, these are the photos that you can control. How can you upload your own photos? What kind of photos can you put in there? We've got those covered. How can you get customers to upload photos? Now that's taking your photo strategy on Google to another level. And so I'm going to say the number one thing that you can do is if you take the photo and send it to the customer, you're gonna have a much higher uptick in people uploading photos to your listing because you've made it really easy for them. And so this would be like, you think about the auto example, that's a perfect example. Every happy customer that just bought a car, you get a photo of them, you can be like, hey, do you want me to take a photo of you in your new car? Hold up the keys, take the photo, and then you send it to them. Be like, hey, here's your photo. And then when you send them the review ask, you actually include the photo there. You'd be like, hey, we'd really appreciate your review on Google. It was great working with you. Here's a photo of you in your new car. When you leave us a review, you can upload that photo along with your review. So that's a great way to enrich your reviews with photo content, and those photos end up in your album as well on Google. So another great way to get photos is to take the photos and send them to your customers and then include them in your review asks. Another idea is you could put up a sign at your business, a sign like this: hey, we'd love to see your photos. Upload them through Google Maps at g.page/bizname. You could set up a selfie wall. If you think of how Instagram, people set up these selfie walls. Hey, take a picture at our selfie wall and then tag our business. You could encourage photo uploads to Google in the same way. Hey, take a picture at our wall and upload it to our Google listing. And a fourth tip is you could run a photo upload contest. So, you see this on Instagram. It's just like, hey, take a photo and tag us on Instagram for your chance to win whatever it is. You see these kinds of things all the time. Here's one for a hair salon. It's like, take a picture, use hashtag #PinkLimeLooks and upload it to Instagram. So I took this concept and I kind of rewrote it for Google. It's the Pink Lime Looks Google photo contest. Just upload a photo of your new hair to our Google listing through Google Maps app. It's that simple. And we'll randomly select a winner from the uploaded photos. So that's a way of taking the Instagram photo contest idea and using it to encourage more photo uploads on Google. Another thing that's coming soon is it's going to make it easy for real active Google Maps apps user to upload photos to your listing. It's kind of an Instagram style thing. And this just came out. Mike Blumenthal just wrote about it on their new service, nearmedia.co. Definitely subscribe to that. That's Mike Blumenthal, David Mim, and Greg Sterling writing about the latest in things related to local search. And so, yeah, this is a new announcement from Google. It's kind of an Instagram style post that you could do. And so you can post a photo update. A photo update is basically a picture and then a little caption. So this is a very interesting new feature that's coming. So this will help you to drive more photo uploads from your customers. And so you can see some examples here. So anyways, I hope that this helped you think about the value of photos on your listing, gave you some ideas for how you can get more on your listing, and I hope you go out and do it. And so please subscribe, hit the bell or whatever it is to get some notifications for our YouTube channel. And if you need any help with local search, we would love to help you. We've got all kinds of software and services over at whitespark.ca. Thanks very much. See you next week.